Adlib Part Six.
Welcome to the Daily Home. Today, we'll be focusing on gratitude for the body. Start by sitting upright and getting comfortable. Just rest the hands gently so they feel relaxed. Close your eyes and soften your neck. Relax your shoulders.
Nick, bricks, sticks. Six sick hicks, Nick, six slick bricks with picks and sticks. I stood sadly on the silver steps of Burgess's fish sauce shop, mimicking him hiccuping, and wildly welcoming him within. Tom threw Tim 3 thumbtacks. Chester Cheetah chews a chunk of cheap cheddar cheese. Bobby Bippy bought a bat. Bobby Bippy bought a ball. A bat and a ball were bought by the Bippy Bip Apple B Bibby boy. The ruddy widow really wants ripe watermelon and red roses when winter arrives. Susie Seward's fish sauce shop sells unsifted thistles for thistle sifters to sift. Arrives. A gazillion gigantic grapes gushed, gradually giving gophers gooey guts. Yally Bally had a jolly collie, feeling folly. Yally Bally bought his jolly golly a dolly made of holly.
Slow progress is always better than no progress. One step at a time. 100 days. 10,000 hours. Willpower's habit and the journey of the souls. Tamara Levitt. And the nature-soothing sound of the tranquil lake at midnight.
I stood sadly on the silver steps of Burgess's fish sauce shop, mimicking him hiccuping and wildly welcoming him within.
Do you feel that your vocabulary limits your ability to express yourself effectively?
Mock. The word mock is a verb that means to insult or treat with derision. The definition refers to words or actions, which means the correct answer is mockery. Mockery is a noun. To make a mockery of something, even from your past trauma, really is self-comedy at its core. For example, the Jockery Parody Parade Rainbow Unicorn Field Chase is an utterly mockery of patriarchy, hierarchy, tsunami. Can your mind actually see when our eyes is gazing at the Gravity TV?
World wars weren't exclusive to the 20th century. For example, the 7 Years' War of 1756 involved Europe and America.
The 7 Years' War is an example of a world war before the 20th century. So, for example, is the best transition. However, contrasts with or negates a statement. When it comes to art, it's important not to hide the madness. Atticus, how much caramel can a canny cannonball cram in a camel if a canny cannonball can cram caramel in a camel? At least Denise could sneeze and feed and freeze the fleas. Roofs of mushrooms rarely mush too much. The Voynich manuscript, a medieval text in an unknown language, has intrigued scholars for a century. Indeed, some have devoted their entire lives to it. The final statement intensifies the Voynich manuscript's attraction for scholars. So indeed, sans serif is the best transition for Sir Manus. An extraordinary man this is. Even so, presents something strange that happened in spite of a prior statement. 33 thirsty, thundering thoroughbreds thumped Mr. Thurber on Thursday. Singing Sammy sung songs on sinking sand dune. As we have already known, the man from Earth 484 is doing a pronunciation exercise, He repeats sounds that are super difficult to make together to get her in the course of trillion of Homo sapiens verbal words. This is simply to make it less likely to stutter, and less suffer to have more likes.
Kind of like tongue twisters in English, but focusing only to the problematic sound groups. Problematic sound groups, you know what I mean.
Basically, John doesn't say anything logical. It doesn't have to make sense when you use tunge to make a twister. Basically.
All human languages have this technique, and extraordinary journalists practice it more often to keep their speech ultra sharp during TV broadcast.
Tongue twisters are a common thing to do for news anchors. I'm sure they do these speech warm-ups in every country before any live recording, except for North Korean, I heard They cut off your tongue if you get caught doing this.
This quirky method not only aids in pronunciation, but also in the subconscious alignment of words, allowing for a smoother flow of thoughts to speech, thoughts to speech. Imagine then the efficiency of communication if every person on Earth 484 decided to adopt this practice.
The potential for misunderstanding when using English would plummet, fostering a world where every conversation, no matter how complex the situation is, could be navigated with ease.
The beauty of this pronunciation technique lies in its simplicity and universality. From lying politicians gearing up for a useless death-end debate to a child honestly learning their first meaningful words like, "Me love daddy, the best, the best."
The essence of clear communication could very well hinge on such foundational exercises. All language barriers that human all have right now could be eventually fade away with this amazing technology.
And as for John, our intrepid practitioner, his dedication to mastering these vocal gymnastics might just pave the way for him to become an unintentional ambassador of eloquence in a universal multiverse where clarity in self-expression is the ultimate currency at the footstep of the collective digital world, a digital frontier.
Kevin, do a lot. A flinch. How far could I push this technology? Push this co-pilot techno video call on autopilot.
Senior Sir Sam Elliott answered with a deep and determined voice, echoing at the back of his backpack. "Movie poetry. You hear me?"
This amalgamation of cinema and poetry harnesses the power to communicate complex ideas and emotions in a way that is both accessible and deeply resonant.
By engaging with this contemporary art form, we can cultivate a much greater understanding and appreciation for the nuances of different cultures, perspectives, even how twisted it is in this simulated cinematic experiences.
Just as tongue twisters carefully refine their speech and sharpen our verbal abilities, movie poetry has the potential to broaden our intellectual and emotional horizons, our emotional intelligence, which will accelerate humanity forward in its relentless quest for growth and improvement.
Furthermore, movie poetry can serve as a beautiful catalyst for social and technological advancement in our near future, inspiring young viewers and swimmer to envision new possibilities and pursue innovative solutions to the pool of challenges north-facing civilization. Phew. A lot of new and making up vocabulary in this baby stream of boomer. A mixture of one as well as the others. This is again English for beginner in the steam of my humidifier. So many mic drop clips, which was playing earlier in slow motion stops, completely just for now.
Note from Kojima. 100% me wrote this. No AI involved in this part. Apologies for keeping you all waiting. Following the Slave 14 short video clip, I suddenly felt disoriented. It's challenging to concentrate when the echoes affect my hearing, and most importantly, my sanity. Therefore, I require a brief cool-down period to return to my usual state. To fine-tune my ear for accurate hearing, does this sentence even make sense? I have fully recovered my hearing now, free from the echoes and reverberations that made all sounds, even the little ones, seem like they were all on auto-tune. Like T-Pain narrated your life. It's that insane dude.
Another quick question.
A few moments later.
What are a vaporetti? Vaporetto is singular. Vaporetti is plural in Italian.
The only answer we got. As cars are generally prohibited in Venice, most people opt to travel by water. They either ride in gondolas, which are flat-bottom boats piloted by gondoliers, or public water buses called vaporetti. End of the 6th Adlib. Video by G. The man on a mission to liberate Kens from their 9/16 vertical nightmares.
The Senosis Turing.
Chapter 3. American English for Intermediate Learners.
In 1872, Congress set aside 3,472 square miles in Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho to establish America's first national park, Yellowstone. Featuring picturesque canyons and waterfalls, Yellowstone National Park makes up the highest concentration of hot springs and geysers on Earth.
Yellowstone's most famous geyser is undoubtedly Old Faithful, which can shoot scalding water over 180 feet in the air. Once known as Eternity's timepiece for its regularity, Old Faithful actually erupts at intervals of 35 to 120 minutes, though 92 minutes, 2 minutes, is the average.
The park also features brilliantly colored hot springs, including the Grand Prismatic Spring, where microbial inhabitants cluster together to give the pools their vibrant hues. At almost 370 feet in diameter, the rainbow-colored Grand Prismatic Spring is the country's largest hot spring, and the third largest in the world.
Along with its more than 10,000 thermal features, Yellowstone has the highest concentration of mammals in the continental United States. The swath of land larger than Delaware and Rhode Island combined supports large predators such as wolves, mountain lions, and grizzly and black bears, and prey including bison and elk.
Intermediate learners are people who have some knowledge or skill, but are not yet advanced. For example, intermediate English learners have a basic ability to communicate and understand, but they may have difficulty expressing complex ideas.
They may also have limited comprehension of grade-appropriate stories read aloud in American English, and have difficulty decoding grade-appropriate English texts.
The word inevitable means certain to happen, unavoidable, certain to happen.
Incapable of being able to be prevented.
Avoidable means avoided or prevented or worked around.
Like the accident was entirely avoidable.
Legitimate means allowed according to laws. Or rules according to laws.
For instance, the regime was not legitimated by popular support.
Illegal means not lawful or forbidden by law, especially criminal law. Immigrant means a person who comes to live permanently in a foreign country.
He's a recent immigrant to the U.S. from Southeast Asia.
Safeguard means To protect from injury or harm.
To protect.
For example, there are many safeguards built into the system to prevent this largest ever fraud case in human history, but it's still not enough. But it's still not enough. But it's still not enough.
The word endanger means to put someone, or something in a harm's way, for example. He would never do anything to endanger the lives of his children.
Bebaffle means to confuse completely. Like this example, an unexplained occurrence that baffled everyone.
Clarity is a noun that means being clear or transparent, or having a clear understanding or perception.
And to correct or make something less confusing.
Clarity example in a sentence. All the memory came to her, uninvited, and with such clarity, that she flinched.
Criticize is a verb which means to express disapproval or make judgments. For example, the company technicians were criticized for defective workmanship.
Praise is the verb that expresses warm approval or admiration of.
Workmanship.
Or to laud or compliment.
Workmanship. Praise example in a sentence. We can't praise Ryan enough. He did a brilliant job in Deadpool 3, yo. Mountain lions and grizzly and black bears and prey including bison and elk. It's all about calibration, you know. Fine tuning every tiny little things until the seams are completely disappear from view.
I printed this 3D model today, and I am very proud of it. It probably won't win a competition, but it's the best print I ever done yet. Best print I ever done yet. All good, but the Z-seam. The Z-seam becomes more visible when the print settings are incorrect.
Can I get it all gone, or less visible maybe? Or is this it? And I just need some sandpaper.
American English for intermediate learners. 3D in the seam of 3D printer. A mixture of the Son as well as the Father.
Including the grand prismatic spring. A mixture of the sun, spring, Welcome to the Daily Calm. Today, we'll be focusing on gratitude for the body. Start by sitting upright and getting comfortable. Just rest the hands gently so they feel relaxed. Close your eyes. Just soften your neck. Just relax.
The Unbelievers interview with Ricky Gervais.
If you're born in India, you're probably a Hindu. If you're born in America, you're probably a Christian. If you're born in Karachi, Pakistan, you're probably a Muslim. If you're born in the North Pole of Mars, you immediately a member of Flatland Flappy Bird, the new flag on Mars society as well.
I mean, is that quite a coincidence, isn't it? You're always was born in the right God. As always, isn't that lucky? Like Lucky by British Raspy Britney Spears?
I was born into the right God. All those others, religion, are going to hell, or drop all of them to the end of the wells as well.
Because I was born into the best of the best, the righty of their rights. The quote unquote, the perfect religion. To heaven eventually. I'm going straight to heaven eventually. Others abnormally, ancient cult, can go to hell kitchen. I bet it's freaking hot as hell.
It's so strange that we hold on to these sort of medieval beliefs, medieval norms. You know, Where did the universe come from? The God made it, don't you see the evidence everywhere? Which doesn't solve the problem for me, because we try always say, then who made God? Then who made God? Then who made God? God.
And if they say, well, he's always been around. Always been around. Well, let's just say the universe has then. The universe has been around here longer than anything else that we, as in human beings, has ever created. If time is the most important aspect of our life, the universe should be our God, as always. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? So let's just cut out the middleman and start worshiping the universe itself. Worshipping the universe also means we worship our sun, the solar system, the cosmos, and all of its neighbors. The one true God is always there in the beginning of everything. In the beginning of everything. It will save a lot of time spending in confusion. 14 billion light years. Unit of time.
Qigong practice with Joe Moody.
Here comes some social skills nobody taught you. Do you want to get closer with someone in conversation?
Synchronize your breath with theirs during conversation. Contact. It's even more powerful while making eye contact, and try to match their breathing rhythm at the same time.
If you run out of things to say in a conversation, just ask the other person about themselves. People ask about anything. People really love talking about themselves if you know how to ask. Focus on listening is important. So make sure to ask them the right question.
And if you're having a confidence problem, just pretend you're a king or a queen. Act like one.
Question.
But don't overdo it, or you can be seen as arrogant. Take a deep breath for 4 seconds. Stay composed and ensure clarity when delivering your speech. By remaining calm, the quiet mind will cultivate a sense of confidence.
Pay attention to the color of someone's eyes when you first meet them. Is it blue, green, light brown, dark brown, or even light grey or dark grey? Notice that and smile at the same time. It will make a warm impression, and that little eye contact will mean a lot at that moment.
Even if all you're doing is asking someone to assist you, they will still feel valued and important when you express these 3 magic words. I need help.
If you're following me, I look forward to sharing more insights for life. If not, I still wish you all the best, even if we never see each other again. Wisdom from Joe Drummerboy.
The universe itself.
Is it blue, green, light brown, light brown?
A Muslim. Eye contact. Does this make sense? Unit of time.
This is the place from which change occurs, not criticism. So be gentle with yourself.
Chapter 2, No Good Dad in the Last 11 Years.
Have you noticed that in the last 11 years of television, there have been no good dads?
Darth Vader, Simpsons, Jerry and Rick and Morty, or even absent father like Kevin Flynn and Tron, Legacy and Why to Hell Joel. David, in the Last of Us franchise on this list, David. Oh, I got it now. Anyway.
And at best, they are comedic, lovable idiots. And at worst, they are cruel, unthinking abusers. In the film Pretty Woman, there's an interesting quote from actress Julia Roberts. And she said,
If people put you down long enough and over centuries of humans' time, you will gradually and slow motion lead. Hard to believe it. That's exactly what we've done to men. We are men division.
Yes, men are often cruel and stupid. Men is who we are. Let's wait and see.
But if the only thing they're shown is evidence of their ineptitude, that is what you will get. That is what you will get.
Because men are kind, romantic monsters like in Beauty and the Beast who need direction, who need to receive guidance from an early young age. And for us, learning to be a gentleman in modern society requires the presence of a compelling role model and a strong father figure. Strong father figure. A positive and healthy father figure serves as a crucial role model that is greatly needed at this point in time of human history.
Stop telling men what not to do and how wrong they are. Start showing them how amazing you believe they could be. And you will be stunned by the strength, power, and beauty of the love that you are met with. Recording played by a replica of the man Josh Terry plays on Instapound.
To become a true, meaningful straight man in today's colorful society, one must have a powerful role model and a compelling father figure who have a strong heart and healthy physique. Strong and healthy human. Rise in Earth Planet. 20 twin. Stronger. 24. To get her. Stronger. Faster. Harder. By Daft Punk. While revisiting TR on Leg and Cigar. Totally makes sense, right? Slay Station. Slay 15. Faster. Harder. By Daft Punk.
And cruel and stupid.
Strong father figure.
Anyway.